Do you ever feel totally stuck when you need to make even a simple decision? Ordering food, picking a show, sending an email. You think and think and think. You analyze every angle, rehearse every outcome, and double check your own thinking over and over again. And the more you try to get clarity, the less clarity you actually have. If that sounds like you, you're about to learn one counterintuitive metacognitive therapy trick that can calm your mind fast, not by fixing your thoughts, but by changing how you relate to them. And once you get this, decision making becomes lighter, easier, and so much less mentally exhausting. Let's begin. Most people assume that overthinking happens because the decision is important, the stakes are high, or they need more information. But metacognitive therapy shows us something different. Overthinking is not caused by the decision. It's caused by the process you use to approach the decision. In MCT, this process is called the cognitive attentional syndrome, or CAS. CAS is the mental mode where you analyze every scenario, look for certainty, mentally try to eliminate risks, keep checking thoughts and feelings, try to predict the future, or wait for a perfect feeling before acting. CAS tricks you into believing that if you think long enough, you'll get confidence. But the reality, the more time you spend thinking, the more confused, stressed, and stuck you feel. That's because decision clarity doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from stepping out of CAS. So let's introduce the counterintuitive trick that lets you do exactly that. Here it is. Stop trying to make the right decision. Start choosing how long you will think about the decision. This is the opposite of what your anxious mind wants you to do. Your mind says, think until you feel sure. Think until the anxiety goes away. Think until the answer feels perfect. But MCT teaches this. You don't need certainty to decide. You just need to choose the mental strategy you want to use. So instead of asking, what if I choose wrong? What if I regret it? What if this goes badly? You shift to the metacognitive question. How long am I willing to think about this? And that changes everything, because now you are no longer analyzing the content of the thoughts. You are taking control of the process. This is the key to ending overthinking. Here is the clear, practical tool you can use today. It's called the 2-minute decision window. This is a pure metacognitive exercise because it shifts the mind from evaluating thoughts, solving inner feelings, searching for certainty, waiting for the right feeling too. Choosing how long you will think, controlling attention, stepping out of CAS, treating thoughts as background noise, not signals. Here's how it works. Step 1, give yourself 2 minutes to consider the decision. Set a timer, 2 minutes, that's it. During these 2 minutes, you can look at the options, gather the minimum info, and choose a direction, not to find the perfect option, just to orient yourself. You're not looking for certainty. You're looking for good enough to proceed. Step 2, when the timer ends, you make a decision, no rethinking. The exercise ends when the timer ends. You choose, you act, you move forward. This stops the brain from feeding the CAS cycle. Step 3, shift your attention outward immediately. As soon as you decide, stand up, send the email, click order, move to the next task, focus on the environment. Describe out loud what you see. Engage in what's in front of you. This is crucial. Overthinking thrives on inner focus. Calm comes from shifting to outer focus. Step 4, expect your mind to protest. That's normal. Your mind will say, But what if this is wrong? Shouldn't you think a little more? What if we forgot something? Ignore it. Those thoughts are just invitations. You don't need to answer them. So why does this tool work? 1. You weaken the belief that thinking more equals deciding better. This is a positive metacognitive belief most overthinkers hold. If I think long enough, I'll make a better decision. But experience shows the opposite. By limiting thinking time, you discover decision quality does not come from thinking duration. It comes from the action you take afterward. 2. You interrupt the CAS cycle. CAS depends on sustained attention. Short bursts equals fine. Hours of thinking equals anxiety. The 2-minute window collapses the entire CAS loop. 3rd, you train your mind to tolerate uncertainty. Every real-life decision contains uncertainty. When you learn to choose without eliminating uncertainty, your fear of uncertainty drops dramatically. 4th, you build confidence from doing, not thinking. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from completing the action. The 2-minute window gets you into motion. Let's say you need to write an important email. Normally, you draft, you overthink, you rewrite, you doubt, you hesitate, you check how it feels, you reread it 12 times. But with the 2-minute rule, you give yourself 2 minutes, you write it, you send it, you move on. Your mind freaks out for 15 to 30 seconds. Then it quiets. Why? Because you ended the CAS process. And your brain learns, oh, I can act without overthinking. I'm actually fine. This is how freedom is built. If you feel brave enough, try this for the next 24 hours. Every decision under 5 minutes must follow the 2-minute decision window. This includes what to eat, what to wear, which email to send, what to watch, what time to leave, which product to pick. After doing this for even 1 day, most people report a calmer mind, fewer spirals, less mental noise, clearer thinking, more momentum, and surprising confidence, because you're no longer letting your inner decision committee run the show. You're training your mind to follow your instruction, not your anxiety. Overthinking doesn't come from being weak, indecisive, or broken. It comes from a habit of engaging with thoughts too much. And the good news is you don't need new thoughts. You don't need perfect clarity. You don't need to eliminate doubt. You just need to choose when to think and when to stop thinking. This is the foundation of metacognitive freedom. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe, because this channel is all about making your mind a calmer place without years of therapy or endless coping techniques. And tell me below, what decision do you overthink the most?